Hi everyone, this is Young Will and we are Franchise Kingdom. In this video, I'm gonna show you the schedule for the first week on YouTube and on Patreon. Also, I'm gonna make some reviews from Avatar and Death Note that I forgot to make into the episodes. Also, again, you're gonna know why I chose these franchise, Death Note, Avatar, Langrisser, and Negima for begin this channel. So let's go. So the first thing that you have to know about is why I choose them and what I knew about them. Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's really popular here and in almost every place. So yeah, um, I never really stopped to watch for so many reasons, and I can explain more later. But it's basically because at the time when I was a kid, cartoons only appear on TV on the time that I was in school. Yeah, it's really stupid, but it's not that stupid as it sounds, because here we don't have school all day. So yeah, I just was in school at the time. So yeah, I could not watch. I think I watched some episodes as a kid when I was making some tests or did not go to school, something like that. But I really don't remember anything about the story. Um, I probably gonna remember some character designs because my memory is really good about character designs. But names, I only know Aang, but I even do not really remember if how it was pronounced. So yeah, that's basically what it is about Avatar. Death Note was because so many people that I know always ask me, "Did you watch Death Note? Did you watch Death Note?" And I was, "No, calm down." So I think if I have to choose one anime to begin, what best of Death Note is a short anime and so many people loved so much. So yeah, I think it's the best choice. Also Avatar, so many people tell me about that, but I think more people tell me about Death Note. But then again, two really popular shows. I probably not gonna be sad watching them. Like um, I'm not gonna be. It's not gonna be a bad choice. Okay. After that, we have Langrisser and Negima. Negima is a show that has so many things that I'm curious, a little scared, but I think I'm gonna be happy watching. I expect at least. Um, and it's a really popular show, not too much like Avatar or Death Note, but the manga sold I think almost 20 millions, which it's kind of impressive. Um, and Langrisser is the game because I always gonna be doing some game stuff related. And why Langrisser? Um, Langrisser is an interesting case because I never really liked tactical RPGs. But I was playing Langrisser Mobile, and if you don't know, Langrisser Mobile is basically a collection of all the games with a new storyline. And I did not want to play more because I did not want to receive spoilers, and because I'm not so much of this type of games. But I really like the game, and it's really different from most tactical RPGs. And I decide, well, I think it's a good game that I can make on the channel. But what really makes me choose Langrisser was the fact that they're gonna make a remake soon. Um, and I think next week, and Langrisser 1 and 2 together. Langrisser 2 for the first time in the Western. So I think it is a really good choice for me to begin. We have Death Note and Avatar as reactions. Death Note gonna be on Monday and Thursday, and Avatar on Tuesday and Friday. One episode in like 2 episodes a week for each show. So in this week, you're gonna see Death Note's episode 1 and 2, Avatar episodes 1 and 2, and on YouTube. But on Patreon, you have 1 week ahead, so you're gonna see Death Note episode 3 and 4 for both Death Note and Avatar. Negima gonna be only in review, and of course Langrisser. Langrisser will be on Saturday. This week, specifically first week, we have 2 episodes of Langrisser, which is Langrisser Pilot, the Ifrit Trilogy, and Langrisser 1, the beginning. Sundays is gonna be special videos, and that means this week was Langrisser. But next week, could it be Death Note, Avatar, or Negima? I'm thinking on doing Death Note or Avatar. Um, the opening has a lot of reference to Christianism. I think we have the apple, we have light in that square of Michelangelo, I think. Um, anyway, we have a lot of reference to Christianism in the opening, and probably in the show as well, with Ryuk being some kind of angel reference. Um, we also have light against L in the opening with blue and red colors that I didn't understand at the beginning, but I think after watching the last episode, episode 6, I mean, I can understand that is more aesthetic version, aesthetic reference. Um, the opening also had a lot of high places like light walking into the top of the building and things like that. Light and L looking to each other also in high places. I don't know what that could be a reference. Maybe because um, could be a reference to their intelligence, like they are so above everyone. Because that really it is what it looks like on the show right now. We also have a mysterious girl. Everything in the opening appears to be, how should I say that? Um, everything in the opening, I think I understand because at least where I am, episode 6, we could see like even Shokomaki and Ray Ember since episode 1, but I see that in the opening and I didn't notice until right now, I think in episode 6 or episode 5. So yeah, it's impressive how the opening hasn't spoiled like that, and I didn't notice. Again, these was characters that only appear right before they die, so that also be the case. Um, also, they have 6 policemen that are the policemen that are right now with L. But I was looking again, and they also showed the guy that decided to not go to the hotel where L is. So my guess is that he gonna go back, or he not gonna go back and gonna be important, or even that is just because he was like one of the last. I don't know, because I think if he not gonna go back, I don't think he gonna he gonna was in the opening just because oh he decided to go and go back. No, I don't think. I think he gonna be an important character in the future. Watari with L on the back. This was also in the opening. I think was a really cool shot. I think was the best shot of all the opening. Watari on his cloak, everything. You cannot see his face. Until now, we don't see Watari. I'm really mad about that. If you watch my reactions to Avatar, it's basically the version of Earthbenders, okay? Because I didn't see Earthbenders until I think episode 5 or something. And I finished episode 6 of Death Note and I still don't see Watari's face. Um, But that shot in the opening with him and L in the back, I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I think the aesthetic of that was really cool. I try not to talk much about aesthetic and things like that, art, because I know that most people don't like. So yeah, just that. Shokomaki with Ray. That's I already say that. Shokomaki with Ray dad and she holding the in the opening was a really cool spoiler that I didn't notice until he died. So it was really cool. The ending. The ending also has cool images. Right in the beginning, we have some manga pages, what look like manga pages. So just saying that, I think was really cool. Adds that. Um, Also have some letters that Light said in the ending, supposedly Light singing the ending, and I think I didn't write down, but I think it was melancholy, fear, something like that. That's just my theory, okay? But probably he gonna fall. I don't know if he gonna fall before the last episode or in the last episode. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if Light gonna be the main character until the end of the series because the way that this is going, I think L gonna win this battle before the end of the series, and probably other people gonna appear, and we're gonna see now L going against other people. I don't know. That's what I think. Would, would it gonna be amazing turn if Al becomes a bad guy, like Al defeat Light, he finally pick up the Death Note and he become the villain, and now we're gonna see a new good guy against him. Probably not gonna happen, but that's really cool. What I was thinking. Um, we also have a blonde girl. She appeared on the opening and in the ending, and I think all are the same people because we see a blue hair girl in the opening, and I think a blonde girl. I think in the opening. Yeah, I think no. Was I don't know the color of that, but I think was blonde, but because it was all dark. And in the ending, we also see her when light is spinning. The camera was spinning around him, and he threw the apple to Ryuk. We see her in the screen in the background. So I think all these girls are the same girl, and she's gonna be really important, even if she didn't appear in these 6 episodes. Yeah, Red Eyes. Uh, uh, Red Eyes. We also know that probably gonna be the Shinigami Eyes. The light did not accept, but I think that's the thing. I don't know what to think about that. This could be considered a spoiler that he gonna accept the deal in some point, or it is just trying to fake us think that he gonna accept in some point, but he did not gonna accept that. I don't know, but that was a really cool idea. Um, the first thing that I know here is where is the Shinigami realm, above the clouds, beneath the earth, or in another reality? I think right now that is just in another reality. Because in episode 1 we see Ryuk just jumping. See, I am in the human realm, but I think is another reality, and somehow there was just a portal or something. It looks a lot more than they are in Sky, and they just jump. Also, they use the name Shinigami Realm, so yeah, I think it is another reality. How Shinigami is born, and who is the Shinigami King slash Overlord? Um, I don't know how they pronounce which is Shinigami King or Shinigami Overlord. I see different translations in the episodes. Um, I'm on the side that usually it's called Shinigami King, That's also how it's called in most dubs. So I'm gonna go with that. But we still don't know how a Shinigami is born. The Shinigami King just say and stall like, poof, he appears. We have a Shinigami Queen, and she's just like a queen of beasts. Like you can puff born a thousand and thousand of Shinigamis. I don't know. Um, the teacher is stupid or just hate light. This was, I think, episode 1 and 2. Um, when we have a teacher on, I think, is on the normal school, the light goes, and he always speak light, even if he's the only one that's paying attention at the school, and all the other students are talking, gossiping, looking anywhere and don't pay attention. But he stay and stop and choose light. Like, really? Otohada Kuro, the guy who makes the kid in prison, is a total jerk. Yeah. Um, like, why do you make something like that? You could make every place, okay, that probably is a easier place, but still, you could make any normal school, but you choose a really young children's school. Like, man, I will not say that I respect someone that make these kind of things anyway, but like, you choose the worst possible scenario. Like, really, you're worse than totally a jerk. I was good with you in my notes. Takuo Shibuimaro many times. Yeah, I didn't notice that in the episode, but when I was watching again, I see that he tried many times, because that was my question when Ryuk appeared and he said that Light wrote all the names. When he killed Taku Shibimaro is the guy that tried to rape the girl with his gang, his biker gang, and he said the name. Hi, I'm Taku Shibimaro. Okay, that's cool. But Light could not know how his name is written, because it's Japanese, like has tons and tons of ways of you writing as the same name, because of kanji, hiragana, and etc. So he tried like many times. That's why we saw like bunch of things written, even if at the time he only killed one person before, and of course next Takushibara should, which means should be only two names there. But that's why he tried a lot of times the same name. Pseudo, accidental death or illness. Pseudo is the guy that he thinks on killing in episode 1. That was, I think, on his cram school. And I think we saw him again in episode 2 or episode 4. I don't remember. So he's still alive, apparently. But he said that in episode one that he gonna kill the major criminals with heart attack, and all the other people gonna disappear with accidental death and illness um, little by little, for the police don't notice that Kira can also kill by other means. So I think is the major question is, Pseudo right now after episode 6 is dead or not? If he's alive, when he's gonna die? Again, this is just my thoughts. It's not really an important character, but yeah. Ryuk has two notebooks. Yeah, that was really interesting. So by what we heard on episode 1, every Shinigami has just one notebook. But Ryuk has two, because he supposedly tricked the Shinigami King. How? And one of the notebooks is one has with light. The one I suppose is the one that he has on his wrist. Wrist? I don't know how to say that. Like, it's the one that looks like when he said that in episode 1. Ah, what are you gonna do with that book? Like, because that's the thing. he don't need one, right? Because if Oshingams has just one book, I'm thinking it has a lot of possibilities. What are you gonna do with that book? You gonna give to other people? Probably not gonna happen. But imagine if he gives that book to Al. Case finished, probably. Yeah. So probably not gonna happen. Um, Also, I know a curious thing when I was watching again, which is the lesson of Light School in day 1 and 2, episodes 1 and 2. We have follow the voice of the god, and he will protect you. This happens to appear before Light picks up the Death Note. Symbolism, probably. After, I think it was in episode 1 still, but he talks about extinction of species because Light picked up Death Note and now gonna extinct the humanity. And I think it was in episode 2 that he said the teacher also was talking in a class about full of joy because his dream finally came true. Which means like because his dream finally became reality, he's now overcome with joy and happiness. Light, because now he can do what he always wished for. And of course, now he's happy. The last thing that I'm gonna talk about is the animation. I really liked animation for, I'm gonna say for an older anime, because technically it is, but I didn't watch anything newer than that, so I don't know if my memory probably gonna say that this is a new anime. I know that most of you are gonna say that is old anime, and I agree with you, but for me, that didn't watch any newer anime after Death Note, it is older. Is not an older anime, and in most moments it's fantastic, the animation, but it is strange. You can see that when Light comes into his house, I think for the first time or for the second time, and her mother is just like really bad writing, no, drawing. Most of times is when we have a character not too close. When the character is really close to the screen, they're really good. But when they're a little far, they are really bad drawing. Well, I think it's just that. Because if you see the opening in the map, if I can pick it up that as important value, Fire Nation just have one place, and apparently Zuko's father commands, like the Fire Lord Ozai. The Water Tribe has two, one in the south and one in the north. The south is commanded by Grand Grand, and no one can say otherwise. Um, and the North Tribe we don't see yet. The South Tribe only has Katara as our waterbender, and now no one, because she's not there anymore. The Earth Kingdom is just one question mark, because um, we don't really know for sure. I'm gonna talk more about the Earth Kingdom, especially on the next week review with the schedule, okay? Because I have a lot of doubts about that, a lot of questions about that. Again, don't answer if it is a spoiler, please. And the air nomads are three. I don't know, because we see the Sophron Art Temple in the next episode, the next episode review, episode 3, and in the map we see two more places. Again, if we have a Southern, so hard to say that, Southern Air Temple, we have at least one more. And in the map, I think we have one more. So yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see that. Probably no, at least not now, because Aang is too much traumatized. But yeah, I'm curious about that and how the system really works on as a nation. The next question is why did foreign nation begin the war? Because we don't know that well. Um, just because how they say is every nation always lived in peace, and one day everything changed because of the foreign nation. I know that's a meme. I didn't know the meme, but now I know the meme. But what happened? Like, because if we're gonna took what happens in the opening say that the avatar suddenly vanished, and we know that the last avatar was from the Fire Nation, was Roku. So maybe something happened, and I don't know, something happening, and they decided that um, we're gonna kill the avatar in the air, and then he's gonna be reborn in the water. You're gonna kill him again, and you're gonna kill him again, and you're gonna reborn as a Fire Nation again. I think is that the plan, but I really don't know for certain because it don't really make sense if you're gonna kill. Also, we don't know if the Fire Nation really wants to kill because Zuko was behind that, like capture the Avatar, but he never said that he want to kill him. So yeah, we have a lot of questions. I really want to know. I really wish to know more about that, the Fire Nation side, because I always say that perspective it's the most important thing in a story. We know for the Water Tribe, for the Earth Kingdom, for I would say Aang, that the Fire Nation is the enemy. Okay, but I want to see for the Fire Nation perspective because just Zuko and Uncle do not say too much about that. Also, why the sequel will be broken? If not, the Avatar should not be reborn to Water Tribe. That was because in some episode, I don't remember if it was episode 1 or 2, but they said about the cycle is broken. The Avatar is dead. Forget about that. Something like that. And if they really believe that the Avatar is dead, together with the air nomads, they should not be looking in the Water Tribe. That would not make sense because if he is dead, he's not gonna reborn as a Water Tribe member. Maybe that's why Zuko is looking in the South Pole because he really thinks that the Avatar was dead, but that's not the case because in episode 1 he always say, "Oh, he should be 100 years old," so he really thinks that he's not dead. So I really don't know. What makes someone a bender? Sokka and Katara. Yeah, um, we still don't know how someone is elected as a bender. Um, because if it is something that passed from generation, like I don't know, we don't know if Sokka's mother and father were bender. We know that Gran is not a bender, but Katara is and Sokka not. So how that works? Even if um, their mother was, why Sokka is not, or like it still don't make sense. And how like I I I begin to think one other thing. What really decides that? It's genetic, probability, or the place itself. Like, for example, if two waterbenders have a son, have a kid, and but they but the kid is born in the Earth Temple. They travel to the Earth Temple. Like the kid's gonna be a Earthbender? It's gonna be a waterbender? Or what? Too many questions. Why did tattoos glow? Yeah, why did tattoos glow? Like we discovered an episode, um, the episode of the temple, of the air temple, that everyone has a tattoo. So every airbender has a tattoo. So it's not a thing about the avatars. So if that glow is a thing about the avatars, why the tattoo also glow? You could say that's just aesthetic, which is pretty cool. But I wish that we have some explanation. Probably we're gonna have. Don't answer if it is a spoiler. Animals, two types. Yeah, I think most of the animals of this show is basically a combination of two animals. We can see like, I don't know, Momo. It's a lemuri, but he is also a bat. You can see his wings. Appa is an airbender. Um, I was thinking like that. If every airbender has these tattoos, why Appa also has? That means that he's an airbender. And if that's true, animals can be can be benders as well. So it's just an imagination. Appa could be a firebender. That's a really cool scenario. Like if animals could be airbenders. Maybe that's not true, but like that surely would explain how Appa can fly because just swinging that tail, uh-uh, that not gonna happen. If it, probably that's the truth, but how how really animals can be benders as well. Father, grandfather, and great grandfather of Zuko. This was, I think, in episode two. No, I think it was one. Um, Uncle said that father, grandfather, and great grandfather of Zuko look for the Avatar and never find them, which makes sense if Aang was all the time besides that iceberg. Um, but the father of Zuko is the Fire Lord. So it's really interesting that the Fire Lord was looking. I guess that when he was looking, he was the prince, and the grandfather was the Fire Lord, and so that everything makes me wonder way more about the history, why the Fire Nation begins with this. I really wish that we know that, but again, probably gonna know. Grand leader of the tribe, no questions about that. She is probably she is, as Katara say, they don't have contact with their Nover, the sister tribe. So, and considering the distance, Gran probably makes all the decision by herself, together with Sokka probably, as we see when he decided things. But yeah, weakest defense stronghold, Water Tribe. Yeah, as we saw, um, it's pretty amazing the ships that the firebenders has because are like immense ships, and can destroy ice pretty easy. But the stronghold itself for the south, for the tribe of South, it's really weak. Maybe it was just because it was against a powerful ship, but yeah, it was pretty weak. Fire, weakest of all. Uncle Teach the advanced said. So that's an interesting thing. In episode one, the Zuko asked for the uncle to teach the advanced set, and we did not see him teach. He say he gonna teach after he finished eating, but we did not see. So the question is, he finished, and that's an important question because episode I think episode 4? I don't remember. The episode that Zuko duel against uh, Commander Zhao. Because if he learned the advanced set, it's one thing. But if he did not learn and still defeat him, it's really amazing. Really amazing. It is still amazing even if he learned, but if he did not learn and still win, it's really amazing. Not friends on the Water Tribe. Also, that's one of the thing. Because I already finished episode 6, I see that Aang has friends all over the world. He has, of course, friends in the Air Nomads because he is an Air Nomad. He has Boomy as a friend in Earth Kingdom. But and he said in episode 1 he had friends in the Fire Nation as well. So he did not have friends in the Water Tribe because he did not mention specific. He said that he has friends all over the planet, but he did not say anything when he was in the Water Tribe. So maybe he has friends in the North Water Tribe? I don't know. The design of the ships of Fire Nation breaking ice, I already said that. Firebenders and non-firebender soldiers. Yeah, that was a really cool thing. If you look in episode 2, I think you can see that. Um, when you have the soldiers of the Fire Nation, the ones with the mask, the school mask, are firebenders, and the ones without are not. They usually use spears, which makes sense. Is a really long distance weapon, but it is interesting because that also raises the question: how much benders really exist in a planet? Because if even the Fire Nation that is controlling all the planet don't have enough benders, that really means that we don't have that much. In South Pole, we just have Katara. So yeah, air nomads would just have Hang. For the last is the order of learning the elements. And this is a really interesting thing because it said that he has to learn in the order, which is basically is the order that we see in the opening. Um, which makes me question, like, because because he was a firebender, he was Ruko, Ruko? No, Roku. It's six in Japanese. I always forget about that. Um, shouldn't it be easier for him? I mean, I guess it's still a clockwise thing, but I would think that would still again make sense. But also it's good because Katara can learn our waterbending as well. But I'm still thinking, who could it be? Who could it be the teacher of Firebender? Because Waterbender, okay, they're gonna go to the Water Tribe. They're probably gonna help because, if not because of the Avatar, because of Katara. Uh, Earthbender, he has Boomit, which is, as he himself said, the most powerful of all Earthbenders. But who gonna teach him Firebender? See you guys. Until next time, subscribe to the channel. Go look to Discord and Patreon to look with 1 week of advanced videos. Bye. And why Negima? Eu falei Negima. Bom, esquece.